Hello everyone who I hope is watching this. This is a Aston Villa tier list which I'll be doing today, and this is a brand new channel called Villa Time, and I'll be posting stuff about Villa and maybe some Championship stuff or Premier League stuff, depending what league we're in next year, because we never really know, do we? We never really know with Villa. Like, it's up and downs, it's up and downs. But we'll start off today with James Chester. He hasn't played a fat lot, which that was pretty easy to do. Baston, he hasn't played a fat. Like what? Freddie Gilbert, yeah. Like what? Oh, he hasn't played a fat lot, and when he has, he's been poor. So I'll put him in there just to be nice. Bjorn Engels, I mean, they were him and timings were alright at the start of the season, but he's disappeared off the face of the earth, hasn't he? Really, so I'm just gonna give him poor just mainly because of that slip against Tottenham. Like, we've all done it, haven't we? Haven't we, Engels? Like, especially Stevie G. He loves a little slip, don't he? He loves a little slip, but he's been alright, but nah, not good enough to be an average. Matt Target, I like Matt Target quite a lot actually, because I think as he's like played more for Aston Villa, I think he's grown a lot as a player, and I think a confidence boost is what he needed, and he definitely got one. I mean, he scored last minute against Brighton, which got us a win, and I've been very happy with him this season, especially from quite a young lad with not much Premier League experience, because Bertrand did play a lot ahead of him, so I'm going to put him in good because I think he's a class little player. Freddie Gilbert's everything you want in a right back, really. He's got a good tackle on him, he can go forward, he can come back. But the only bad thing about him, he does like to get a yellow card, doesn't he? He likes a little slide. Sometimes that can be the death of him. So a lot of yellow cards could have led to a red card, which could have been pretty bad for us. So we're lucky we have Elmo, who I really personally like. I think Elmo's class as well. But Freddie Gilbert, I'm going to put him in average because he hasn't played a fat lot. He hasn't been poor at all, but he hasn't been good. Well, he has been good, but he hasn't been amazing. We should have called that amazing, because then you got a class on top of that. So Toro Mings, I still love this guy. Like, I think he's a really good player, but I think that recklessness that he has, his composure's really good, but like in his own box, I remember sometimes he was losing us the ball in games before lockdown. It was really stressful to watch, but I don't know where to put Mings. I'm going to put him in good because he has made some reckless decisions in his time. It he hasn't been the Championship standard that he was, but obviously it's a new league, and with his experience, the reckless decisions that he's been making, it's not the best. So I'm going to put him in good because you can't go in average because he hasn't been nowhere near average. He's definitely been good. Trezeguet, this guy can be on a goal scoring run one game, or next game look an absolute donkey and looks like he's lost, or Bambi on ice. I've got many more in the locker, but I'd probably be here all night if I was trying to describe Trezeguet. He's a player that likes to take a man on, but I just don't think when he does do it, he never really gets past his man. Like the videos I saw of him, I think they overrated him quite a lot. So I'm gonna put him in. He's not poor, but he's all right. He scored some last minute winners, hasn't he? Well, he scored one against Leicester, which took us to Wembley. I won't talk about what happened at Wembley though, because that wasn't the best. That wasn't the best at all. Pepe Reina, this guy is, for all of his experience in the Premier League, he's very surprising, man. I think, like Tyrone Mings, he can make some mental decisions, like coming out to Harvey Barnes, like that weren't going to work ever. But then again, he can't go in poor because sometimes he is alright. Average, I think that's a bit nice, but I'm going for it anyway. We're going for average. Dougie Luiz, this guy, oh my god. He used to be so unaware, he used to try things that he couldn't do. He's came back from lockdown, he looks like another person. And to be fair, he's probably carried a bit of Aston Villa. He probably has carried us a bit. I hope he doesn't go in the summer. I know it's already summer, but I hope he doesn't go because he's a class little player, and I'd like to keep him for a long time. Marvelous Nakamba plays a similar role to Douglas Luiz, but he's nowhere near his standard, and I think Douglas Luiz has kind of outshone him in that position. So for that reason only, I'm going to put Nakamba in average because he's been alright, but not the best. Not the best at all. Ezri Konsa, see, this guy, for his experience, I think he's a baller. Like, he's a quick centre back, which not a lot of teams have, but he's got some confidence as well in him. Like, he can score a goal as well. Sometimes he's like a poacher in the box, but other times he can be a bit dodgy. But Ezri Konsa, mate, I think you've been good. Can I say that over? Yeah. For his experience levels, I think he's been really good for the Prem. Like, fair play to him. Like, coming up against like the likes of your Agueros and stuff, it's just fair play to him. El Mohammadi, see, he gets a lot of stick, I think, because Freddie Gilbert, I think on his day can be a lot better than El Mohammadi. But El Mohammadi, he's got it all. To be fair, he's got a bit of experience. He can be quick, and he's got that awareness. He can look up, he can find a pass, he can find a cross, and a lot of our goals being coming from crosses. I think Elmo's helped quite a lot, so we're gonna put him in good. So I might get slated for that, but it's one of them, innit? We're just gonna have to deal with it. Neil Taylor. Neil Taylor, what can I say about Neil Taylor? I mean, Target's been out for a couple of games, and he's been a good player. I think Neil Taylor has been, like Marvelous Nakamba, outshone by Matt Target in his position, but you can bring him on and he will do his job, and he'll do his job well. He'll make risks in the box, slide tackles. Yeah, I think he's a good player, Neil Taylor. We'll put him in average because he just doesn't. He's not the mark of like timings and Target and that, but he's a good player. Tom Eaton, I think he was class, and I think he deserves to be in class. Like ever since he's been injured, we've looked like a different team. Like in terms of centre back, like I mean defensive errors and like that leader at the back. I think we've lacked a bit because Tyrone Mings, he's got he's good, but that that leadership, I think it is there, but with his experience, I don't think he's as good as Tom Eaton, and I hope we keep him because he is quite old now for a footballer. So we've only got one. Only got like a year left in him, so I don't see who would buy him. But we'll have to see. I hope we keep him. Courtney House, our house. I think House is he can be a good player, but I think it's a little confidence thing. But with his feet, he's not the best. Like he gets put under a little bit of pressure, and he's like Bambi on ice, really. But he hasn't been poor, but he's played a lot of games, and some games he has been a really good defender for Aston Villa. So I'm gonna give him average. Diego Hotter. That's not even his name, is it? Diego Hotter. I just called him that. Hotter. That's what we're gonna call him. Hotter. This goal against Everton was like a little messy, but he just hasn't played a fat lot. And then again, when he has came on, he's been poor. To be fair to him, I mean, if you did more of them Everton performances, you'd probably be up here, or maybe even up here. You never know, but again, El Ghazi and Trezeguet are definitely better players, and he's been outshone again. To be fair, Jack Grealish. It's going to be sad to see him go if we do go down, but his football speaks for himself. Most foul player in the league. Not a lot of people say it's a bad thing. He says holding to the ball too much, but feel a lot like a free kick, don't we? We score a lot of free kicks, so it's one of them, innit? Thanks to him. He's been a very good player. He can pass the ball, he can dribble, he can shoot. He's class. He's class. That's why he's in class. He's always in class because I've said about class about 9 times. Jack Grealish, mate. You better not go. I'll be so annoyed if we stay up and he goes. Like that would get on my nerves, and I wouldn't be happy with him. Wesley, I think this guy, being a striker myself, Wesley, he's got so much pressure on him. Like you've got pressure straight away to score goals. You come in, you've got to score goals, but he just hasn't done it, has he? Like, it's that confidence thing. I just don't think he could really get his confidence up, because like the Villa fans did slate him quite a lot when he was at Villa Park, like cheering and stuff. But all the good teams, all the teams that are staying up, have strikers that score a lot of goals, or a team that can score a lot of goals, and I just don't think we've done that this season enough. If we do go down, I think we do deserve it, but if we stay up, it's one of them things, and we just have to rebuild next year and definitely do something different with our strikers, because we still haven't found a striker that is very good. So sadly, I do like Wesley, but he's poor. He got better before he got injured, but he still wasn't up to that standard really that we wanted him to be. Danny Drinkwater straight away in there. Apparently he headbutted Hotter, which isn't great. So you're definitely staying there, mate. Or you're Neeland. I mean, like, he's a great shot stopper. He's a great shot stopper, and I think he lacks that bit of confidence, and he fumbles the ball quite a lot, which is quite a dangerous thing to do in the Premier League, especially when you've got strikers that are quite good poachers. He hasn't been poor because he's had some good games, but he's definitely an average. He's definitely an average. El Ghazi, see, I do like this guy, but then again, some games he just hasn't been up to standard. Like in the Championship, he used to be such a good player, like someone we could rely on to get goals, to get assists, but he just hasn't done it. But he's not poor, because he has had some good games, and he scored that good goal. But I can't remember who it was against. It was at Villa Park. I can't remember who was it. I've got no idea. I'll have to look that up after this. But El Ghazi, yeah, he's average. He's not the best player, but he's all right. Samata, I think this guy had a lot of pressure on him coming in as well, because we haven't been scoring a lot of goals, and straight away he was brought in to obviously score goals. And again, I don't think he's really done that. I think he's had like 12 games, 2 goals or something, or 11 games and 1 goal. I don't think he really suits Dean Smith's system really. Like Dean Smith likes a player like Keenan Davis or Wesley, who can hold up the ball, bring more attackers into the game, get more people forward than they have back defending. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to put him in poor, because he has been poor. Jed Steer, you haven't played a fat lot, have you, mate? John McGinn. Right, this guy, I think John McGinn. John McGinn, I think before lockdown he was really good. That tackle against Southampton definitely did something to him, because when he came back from injury, I feel like he lacked that bit of confidence to go in for a tackle, put a bit of a shift in. He didn't really do it, but the last few games he's been really good. So he has had a dry patch of a bit of form. Only a couple of games though, but we'll put him in good. I'm actually loving the way this tier list is going. It's 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't count. Why can't I count? I just said 4 for that. I'm sorry, everyone. I can't count. That's not very good, is it? I say everyone. Conor Hurahan, right? Straight away, average. I mean, he can come on. He can take a free kick. His balls into the box are amazing, but I don't think he can break it. I think he could break into that good thing actually. I think he could definitely break into the good, because when he has come on, he does make an impact, and I think he doesn't fail to make an impact as well. Keenan Davis. I like Keenan Davis, and I think he's going to be a good player as he grows up, and hopefully plays more time in the Premier League. But for his age, I think he's a good player. He's a good player, and we'll see a lot more from him in the future. He's showing very good signs at the minute. Aaron Hansby barely played. Well, he did play against Palace, but let's just say his assist got denied by VAR, didn't it? Really. So that's what the tier list is looking like. I hope you don't hate me too much. I think that's pretty fair actually. I think I've done alright there. And if you disagree, leave it in the comments. And my first video. And I hope you enjoyed it. It's been Villa time. Up the Villa. Come on, let's beat Arsenal.